some of the challenges that came up in our conversations in the community about showing up on camera were three things that really stood out to me. And I think that this is not just isolated to a few people. I hear this actually a lot. So the first thing is the stage versus camera. There, I think someone was sharing that they can sing, to a room full of thousands and thousands of people, but then you hit the record button, you're showing up on camera, and it's like, I don't know what to do. And that's so real. It is so real because on stage, it's same with actors who are stage performers versus film actors, right? Because when you're on stage, you're live, you're reacting, and when you're on camera, you're literally in a room by yourself. That's quiet and no one's bothering you, right? If you're recording on your own. And on set, you have 100 eyes on you, but no one's talking because you're the only one talking. And there's 100 eyes on you on a little monitor watching you, and you're aware of those little eyes that are watching you, even though you can't see them, right? And so this is so real and it's a different medium. So I always talk about this. A live stream is different than showing up in a Zoom room, than is showing up in a one-on-one, than it is to record a course video versus recording a podcast. Your audience is different. Who you're talking to is different, right? And so the camera, it can trigger the self-judgment, right? The inner critic, the perfectionism, because there's no exchange. You're not able to read the energy off someone. You can't tell if they're there paying attention. Is it landing? Are they out to lunch? Like, what's happening? We don't know. So our minds start to create all the possibilities. And when the mind is going, where are we not? We're no longer in the present moment, right? And so we become hyper aware. And so different mediums, different techniques, because it's a different skill set that we have to tap into. And so, but I believe that you can bring your expertise to either with the right guidance. You learn the medium, and then you learn it's the same thing of, your present self, but then though there are those technical aspects that will then help. That's when the tools really, really help. And cadence is a thing that speech pacing, right? So one of the questions that came up was, feeling like I talk at the same pace all the time, and that it should be, I don't remember exactly what it was, but this comes up. It's like, how's my pacing? How's my pacing? Now, I just want to take a moment and talk about cadence, because cadence is something that actually is real I've had a casting note that said, watch your cadence. Now, for example, comedy has different timing, drama has a different timing. And sometimes they say, watch your cadence, because you fall into a cadence trap where we're supposed to speak a certain way because that's the sing-songy vibe that everyone's used to hearing. You ever hear broadcasters? They have that tone that you expect, and you know what to expect. And so, but when we're talking about authenticity and we're talking about showing up, the interesting thing, and how it relates to acting, is like the interesting character choices is when the cadence changes from what is expected. And so when we're being our most authentic self and you're naturally speaking, right? You naturally speed up when you're excited, and you get a little bit louder because the energy is a bit heightened. And then when we slow down, or we're talking about something that's a bit more private or more intimate, we slow down, we get a little bit quieter, and sometimes we drop into our more lower register, and we're more serious, right? Because we need to get this information across. And so cadence is actually, a beautiful thing that when we tap into it, again, it's not something we have to think about because we're just tapped into the emotional experience.